Let's get animated. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 animated Disney Channel series of the last decade. For this list, we'll be looking at our favorite animated shows to be released in 2010 or later that aired on the Disney Channel and Disney XD. Number 10, Motor City. This series only lasted for one season, and in our opinion was severely underrated. The setting and concept for Motor City were unique, and felt like they didn't quite fit with the general Disney Channel aesthetic, which is perhaps why the show was so short-lived.
Then get back here, fast!
We were just leaving.
It's set in a futuristic version of Detroit, where a tyrannical leader prevents the citizens from having certain freedoms, including driving cars.
Oh, so you wanna play fetch, huh?
But there's a group of rebellious drivers who have other ideas, and will fight his rule until the end, preventing him from taking over Motor City.
Only way a person can convey respect is through his or her actions.
Meaning?
Kiss my gators.
Number 9, Descendants Wicked World. Every Disney fan is of course familiar with the Descendants franchise, but while the movies are popular, there was also a lesser-known animated TV series which aired for 2 seasons between 2015 and 2017.
They say baking is a form of chemistry, so I decided to combine all of the periodic elements. I probably should have left out the sulfur. You have to help me! Use your magic!
The story takes place after the end of the first Descendants movie when Ben was crowned, and follows the stories of the baddies' kids while they try their best to be good despite their evil parentage.
What's going on? You were being rotten to the core. I was?
Hey, the jewel. What if it's cursed?
Let's see here. Evil, good, evil, good.
The show expands on the world of the original film, adding new characters and going even deeper into the Disney universe.
Good has got a wicked beat. Good is the new bad. Good is the new bad.
Number 8, Wander Over Yonder. You'd be hard-pressed to find a more feel-good show than Wander Over Yonder, which premiered on the Disney Channel in 2013.
Janet, I have seen a lot of sunsets in my travels, but yours takes the cake, the icing, and the cherry on top.
Most of the positive vibes of this animated series come from Wander himself, the protagonist of the show, whose life's mission is to bring freedom and happiness to the entire galaxy. He's accompanied by his best bud Sylvia as he fights the good fight against the evil Lord Hader. This show is blessedly uncomplicated and a pleasure to watch, and the early episodes can be watched out of order without missing any major story points.
I'm not happy right now. We are on a quest to get Aggie to the nesty.
Number 7, Big Hero 6 the series. Big Hero 6 may be one of the more underappreciated Disney films to be released in recent years, but anyone who has seen it undoubtedly fell for the lovable cast of characters, namely Hero and Baymax. The duo returned in Big Hero 6 the series, which premiered 3 years after the film's release, and is set after the end of the story told in the movie.
Hero. I was worried we'd have to make up some ridiculous story to get into Cray's office. Hero. But we can just walk right in.
The two friends continue their adventures in San Francisco as they attempt to keep the city safe from the villains who inevitably try to take it over.
Greetings.
Hello.
You should be training for battle. Your reckoning is closer than you think.
Number 6, Star Wars Rebels. With each passing year, the Star Wars franchise seems to grow larger and more expansive. In 2014, it got a new addition with the animated series Star Wars Rebels, which kicked off with an hour-long film called Spark of Rebellion.
Hunt down this new enemy, and if they will not serve the Empire, eliminate them along with any surviving Jedi who would train them. This is my master's command.
And so it will be done.
The series is set 5 years after the events of A New Hope, at a time where the Galactic Empire is trying to find all of the Jedi who remain. Amidst this climate, a rebellion is emerging, and a group of dissenters travels on the Ghost starship to fight against the Empire.
Hera, start the launch cycle. Sabine, set the self-destruct.
We do have a way off this thing before it explodes. Right?
That's where the Ghost comes in to pick us up.
Number 5, Milo Murphy's Law.
I mean, Zach's right. It's perfectly safe. or as safe as can be expected given the height and the speed and Murphy's Law. I'll stop talking now. Oh look, the top of a plane! Here we go!
This series centers on Milo Murphy, who is a descendant of Edward A. Murphy Jr., the engineer who Murphy's Law is named after. The famous law says that anything that can go wrong will go wrong, and Milo perfectly exemplifies this, as it seems that he's constantly encountering misfortune. But his goal is to fight against his bad luck, and try to bring some sense of order to the world.
Today is gonna be exceptional. Never boring even for a minute. It's my world and we're all living in it.
The titular character is voiced by Weird Al Yankovic, so you know that this show is good for some serious laughs.
He shows up in the Lost Pilot episode of Dr. Zone in 1965.
Before I was born! Amazing. You're really quite an awful actor.
I really am.
Number 4. Rapunzel's Tangled Adventure. Tangled gave us a whole new kind of princess, and viewers were hungry for more after the film was released.
You want me to be the bad guy? Fine. Now I'm the bad guy. Cassandra, no!
Also known as Tangled the series, this show was released 7 years after the movie hit theaters and shows us what happens to Rapunzel after she was reunited with her parents, after being under the care of the evil Mother Gothel for most of her life.
You know who I am?
How could I not? Look at your hair! Your Highness.
Oh, please. Just Rapunzel.
Unlike many other shows which are spin-offs from popular movies, Rapunzel's Tangled Adventure actually retains the primary voice cast from the film, with both Mandy Moore and Zachary Levi reprising their roles.
Let's stop anywhere, and the world is calling, it keeps on calling. Just think of all that we share everywhere.
Number 3. Star vs. the Forces of Evil.
You don't know what'll happen in the future, but who does? It wasn't the beach day itself that made you happy, right? It was you.
In a classic fish out of water story, with a twist, the heir to the Muni Dimensions Butterfly Kingdom, Star Butterfly, makes a pretty big mistake on her 14th birthday and uses magic to set her family's castle aflame.
Don't worry, Mom. I can handle it.
She can't handle it.
This results in her parents making the decision for her to become a foreign exchange student on Earth. Star vs. the Forces of Evil started on Disney XD, where it was their most viewed premiere at the time, and eventually moved on to the Disney Channel.
Our lives are totally changing, or whatever. Like, you're going on your big trip with your handsome demon boy, and then it's just like little old me, like, what am I left with?
Critics definitely enjoyed the show, leaving its first season with a Rotten Tomatoes rating of 100%. Number 2. DuckTales.
Adventure is in our blood. We face down perilous foes and endless danger every day, but we always prevail because these ducks don't back down.
80s and 90s kids loved the original version of DuckTales, which premiered in 1987. So it made sense for Disney to reboot the show around the time those original viewers were having kids of their own, or just needing a healthy dose of nostalgia. Scrooge McDuck and the rest of the clan came back in 2017, and the premise is essentially the same, with the wealthy Scrooge taking care of his rambunctious nephews Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
I've checked the whole blasted mansion. What could it be?
Morning, Scroogey.
Goldie! What are you doing here?
She's with me.
The spirit of the older series is most assuredly alive in this reincarnation, and it's the perfect nostalgia hit for anyone looking to reconnect with the shows they loved in their youth. Of course, the newcomers will enjoy it as well.
What we need is a plan. And that plan is Darkling.
No one ever won a battle by squabbling. We need to stand united under one foolproof plan.
You had me at David Tennant as Scrooge McDuck. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Mickey Mouse.
And say it!
Mickey! Hey, girls. Care for a picnic?
Elena of Avalor.
Your friends are always there to guide you. Arm in arm, they'll lift you up and fortify you.
Big City Greens.
What was that?
It's an achievement for doing something.
Achievo!
Achievo, huh? That felt good.
Want to go back to your house and play your Twist Plus? Later, Dad.
Later, Dad.
Star Wars Resistance.
At least there's one good thing about all this.
And what is that, Kaz?
Well, if we don't know where we are, bet the First Order doesn't know either.
That is what I like about you, Kazuda. You always find the positive in dire and/or horrific situations like these.
Amphibia.
Aaron, what are you doing? Something I should have done a long time ago. Standing up to you!
Thanks for believing in me, Sprig. Spraying against the world.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Gravity Falls.
Remember, in Gravity Falls, there is no one you can trust. No one you can trust.
Hello! What you reading? Some nerd thing?
One of the biggest disappointments in recent years of entertainment has to be the fact that series creator Alex Hirsch decided to end his much-loved show Gravity Falls after just 2 seasons. This is the perfect kind of animated kid show which appeals to adults as much as it does to children.
Why did they shut it down? It's like a health code violation, or?
Try murder. Some folks died in there. The place has been haunted ever since.
This town has such a colorful history!
This is mostly because of its fun premise, but also because of the smart and complex storylines, as well as the characters who you can't help but feel affection for. This series has a cult following that anxiously awaits anything Hirsch publishes set in the world of Gravity Falls. And for good reason. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.